Dude, let's just get straight into the fights. Dude, the first one, Clayton Carpenter and Jose Ochoa. Dude, Jose Ochoa is my guy. Um, he's one of these up and coming prospects that I really like. Clayton Carpenter is also pretty good, but he's coming off a tough loss in his most recent fight. What you know about these guys, Ivan?
Yeah, both these guys are coming off losses. Obviously, Ochoa coming off with he's had two losses in the UFC and one win, but the loss he has is against Loney Kavanaugh and as well to Alcem Abayev, so it's like tough competition. And he's only 25. I can't say that I know much about Clayton Carpenter. I know more about Ochoa. So both young guys. Ochoa the favorite by a little.
Oh, you're right. He's minus 180. Yeah, Clayton Carpenter, he's on a two-fight losing streak, actually. His most recent loss was against Rafael Filho last year in October. And then he also lost to Tagir Ulanbekov, which, to be honest, both of those losses aren't too bad. But before that, he won his Dana White Contender Series against Edgar Chairez, which low key is kind of a good win now. And he just beat, well, not randoms, but he did beat Lucas Rocha as well by submission. Um, who do you got winning these from these guys, Ivan?
I'd still probably be biased towards Ochoa just because I know more about him and have a higher ceiling for him.
Yeah, Jose Ochoa has really good striking. He looked really good in his previous fights. However, like we said, Azul Mabayev, he's pretty good. Clayton Carpenter, he's more of a wrestler slash grappler. He has pretty good takedowns, so that's probably where he's gonna want this fight to go. He's not gonna want to stand and bang with Jose Ochoa, but I think Jose
Too
Ochoa's
long.
boxing, yeah, and striking is gonna do him good here.
I'd have to agree. I'd say Ochoa either by unanimous decision or like a standing TKO.
Sick. All right, moving on to the next fight. We got Baisangur Susurkayev versus the OG of the channel, the Jordan Santos.
Big
Jordan
OG
Sa-
of the channel. He's not going to get any favors from us though.
he's a big OG from the channel. He's a friend of the channel as well. Shout out to the Jordan Santos. But like Shrimp said, he's not getting any favoritism from us because Susurkayev, his last fight was against Eric McConaughey. Dude, what annoyed me about that fight is he could have won that fight way earlier and he would have looked way better than what he showed. He was just playing with his food low key and it made him look really, really bad, which he isn't, but he needs to take his fights a little bit more serious and stop being like cocky, I guess, in a sense. And he just
Yeah.
needs to lock in and just run through the Jordan Santos how it's supposed to be, you know?
Yeah. If I remember correctly, in that fight, he did have a moment where he was about to get finished, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if I'm recalling that right, but like you said, there was a moment where he just looked very vulnerable and you know, so he needs to lock in and make sure he chases the finish or doesn't play around like you said, plays with his food. The Jordan Santos, he's one of those guys. Uh, what was his last fight? Was it in October, I believe? Did we
Yeah,
see him fight? I could have swore we saw him fight.
the Jordan Santos, I don't think so. Did we?
Oh man, I might be thinking about the wrong
We
guy. But
did. He beat Danny Barlow.
yeah, he beat Danny Barlow. I do remember that. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I swear we
Yeah,
know
we
something about this
yeah
guy,
we
but
we saw him in Canada. You're right.
yeah. So,
No, dude, but
like I said,
The
friend of
Jordan
the channel.
Santos, yeah, he's a friend of the channel, OG of the channel as well. Shout out to Jordan Santos times two. Uh, dude, yeah, he beat Danny Barlow, and then before that, he lost to Ozzy Diaz in a pretty decent fight. Uh, the Jordan Santos, what he does have is really tough. He's got quite the chin as well. Like he can take a beating, low key, kind of a punching bag, but punching bag that will punch you back. So that's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you that Sister Kayev better lock in, and as soon as he sees a finish, get it done. so that he can get some of his stock back because Loki declined a little bit with this last fight, even though we all know how good he actually is.
Yeah. And especially because he's a training partner of Hamzat Chimaev, that we know he's, he probably training with better iron sharpens iron.
Yep, and he's fighting in the same card with him, which is pretty cool.
Second time, I believe.
Yeah,
First
second
time was
time.
the DDP. But yes, so probably Suzukayev. Probably by he's probably gonna play it safe and get a smudge decision. I'd say.
Nah, he's
Pretty
gonna
sure.
he's gonna knock the Jordan Santos out. I know I just said the Jordan Santos is tough as nails, but I think Suzuki is gonna be able to get it done because he needs to show that he needs to show his level, and this is gonna be a nice showcase.
All right.
Sick. Moving on to the next fight, we got Pat Sabatini and William Gomez. Dude, I am an absolute hater of Pat Sabatini, bro. I hate this motherfucker so much, dude. I don't know what. Well,
Is
I
because he
do know
beat Jimmy
why.
Mariscal?
That yes, and because, bro, this guy's such a smudge wrestler, bro. Freaking hate it. He's like dude. He's so good at it too. Like that's what pisses me off the most is that he's actually good at what he does. Like he has skill. Like he's really really good. Wet blanket. Like he'll like lay on you and will not let you move. And he's always one step ahead of you in the ground. Damn.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, Pat Sabatini. Not a friend of the channel.
yeah, not a friend of the
It's a friend
channel.
of. Yeah.
No shout out to Pat Sabatini. This is gonna be a hate watch from me. I really hope William Gomez can slam him out, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I'd probably have to say Pat Sabatini is more than likely gonna win the fight. Um, just based off of vibes as
Mm-hmm.
well. That there's been some successful and unsuccessful hate watches, and I feel like this is gonna be the unsuccessful one for you.
Well,
So
it's
Pat
dude,
Sabatini
dude.
by smudge.
Bro, I've already had so many unsuccessful hate watches, bro, with Pat Sabatini.
So yeah, there's gonna be another one to the addition. He's gonna get a smudge decision, 29-28.
Dude, the thing is, low key, this is kind of a step down for Pat Sabatini. I rated Chepe Mariscal more than I do William Gomez. You know,
Okay.
even
Hey,
though
MMA
to
math
be
doesn't add up.
honest, what's up?
MMA math doesn't add up. Even if it's a tougher step down, sometimes they'll have a little bit of a tune-up fight or what you not, and then they'll look horrible. That's why I'm saying 29-28 split decision.
Yeah, that's true. But dude, I freaking hate this midget, bro. I'm gonna keep saying it. I despise this midget, bro. 5'8". Well, actually, I'm 5'8", but he's still a midget. I probably have a
Word.
longer reach than he does.
This T-Rex of a thing.
Yeah, no, but William Gomez, dude, this guy's 6 foot tall for the featherweight, kind of crazy. But that's gonna go against him in this fight. Like I said, Pat Sabatini is gonna find ways to destroy this guy on the ground, bro. I'm calling it right now.
Exploit it, yeah.
Yeah, Pat Sabatini, split decision as well, or unanimous decision, 29-28.
29-28.
Yeah, no, yeah, 29-28.
Sick.
All right, moving on to the featured fight of the early prelims. We got Roman Kopylov and Marco Tulio. Dude, this should be a banger fight. Should be a banger fight. It's gonna be a fight that people sleep on, but I think it should be a banger of a fight.
This one, yeah, this is a good way to. I'm sorry, did you say the featured fight or is this the headliner of the early prelims?
My bad. Yeah, this is the headliner of the early prelims. This is
Yeah, this is a good way
yeah.
to break off the prelims
Mm-hmm. And it's gonna go from a
because
from a from a bathroom break to a complete banger in this fight.
yeah, there's gonna be a finish. It's just a matter of who. Um, both guys are really good. The only issue is Kopylov is a bit on a downturn. He's not remembering who he is. But he is a great
Remember
kickboxer.
who you are. No, yeah. Sorry.
So, yeah. Tulio's good as well. He just ran into an absolute killer and what's his name?
CLD.
Christian. Yeah, CLD. I was about to say CDL.
CDL.
But both of these guys are good. This fight's gonna end in a finish. I don't see this going past. Yeah, I don't see it going to decision. Kopylov is a great striker. Marco Tulio is well-rounded. Um, but I'm gonna go with Kopylov.
Wow,
This
I'm
is the
leaning
fight where
on.
he's gonna.
Yeah, I'm leaning more on Marco Tulio. Cause Marco Tulio, I'm a little scared though. Not gonna lie, because uh, he just got knocked out. His confidence is probably not gonna be there. Hopefully it is, but we'll see how that knockout affected his confidence. But I'm still gonna pick Marco Tulio. His striking is really good, and he's super dangerous, and he's a very heavy hitter. Roman Kopylov, dude, I don't know, man. I can't trust this guy. This is gonna be the
Yeah,
first time we
that
disagree.
his losses aren't aging badly. I mean, look at Costa, look at Obama, Brazilian Obama.
Mm-hmm.
You
That's
know,
that's true.
so
That's true. He's
there's
fought.
just been stiff competition. This is the one where he's gonna get it back.
Okay, fair enough. Mine's a little bit more, dude. Marco Tulio is -200.
Huh.
That's crazy. I still think Marco Tulio by knockout or TKO.
All right.
Sick. And you said Roman Kopylov as well by
Roman
TK.
Kopylov. Not by TKO.
Mm-hmm.
If it maybe third round TKO, but I'm leaning more towards a decision.
Copy. Sick. Moving on to the prelims of the night. We got two unks going at each other. We got a super unk, and then we got an unk. Um,
This is a battle of the craftsmanship.
Yup. Jim Miller versus Jared Gordon. Um, Dude, Loki, I didn't know these guys were fighting, but should be an
No,
interesting
I
fight
didn't
for
know this was
sure.
the first time I've actually looked at the whole card.
Yeah, same here actually.
This is gonna be a great fight, that's for sure. They're gonna craft it up. There's gonna be great exchanges. Jim Miller, my plus 255. You know, he's people forget, man. He's gonna pull something out. You
Yeah,
know, I'm gonna go with Jim Miller to be
dude,
honest,
I
dude.
think Jim Miller's gonna win as well.
It's based
He
off of
did, dude.
vibes
He
and
did. Jim Miller did really well. He did decently against Chase Hooper, and
that was a good fight.
that was a really good fight. And low key, that Chase Hooper loss isn't too looking too good right now. Because I mean, we've seen what happened to Chase Hooper, right? But uh, for an unk, that was a really good fight. For a super unk, that was a
For
really good fight.
Yeah, this guy's been around since UFC 100, 200, 300. We're gonna see him in 400. But super unk. This guy is the unk of the division. Or the just when you think about crafty, you think about him.
Yep.
So
And
Jim Miller submission. That's what I'm assuming is gonna happen.
I think
Prediction.
Jim Miller by a crafty vet decision.
Mm.
Sick. Moving on. We got Grant Dawson against Mateusz Rebecki. Bro, this is gonna be another banger of a.
This is a difficult fight.
It
You know,
is. It is.
like Grant Dawson's a good fighter. You know, he just got put out. Man, it's like so weird with Grant Dawson because he's so good with when it comes to his grappling and
Yep.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Islam Makhachev, I'm your replacement. You know,
Yeah.
but he gets chinned. He got chinned by Bobby Green. He got chinned by Manuel Torres. Not to say that those guys are like weak sauce,
Mm-hmm.
but man, it's gonna be this is gonna be a sick fight. Rebecca's pretty good. He's one of those. He's just always in a war. You know.
Yeah. Always in a war. Always
I
bloody.
Yeah.
Always. Yeah.
But I think I'm gonna go with Grant Dawson to be honest.
I think Grant Dawson's gonna win as well, dude. The height, the reach, the leg reach advantage is all for Grant Dawson's favor. His wrestling is really good. He can strike a little bit. Or I mean, he can strike, but he can strike decently. Unless it's against like those heavy hitters,
Heavy-handed people.
heavy-handed people. Mateusz Rebecki, he does doesn't have the craziest power, in my opinion. Or what do you think?
Yeah, I'd have to agree. That's why he's also in a lot of wars is because he doesn't have a lot of pop in his shots. It's
Hmm.
just, you know.
Yeah, I just think Grant Dawson's gonna win. He's gonna play. He's gonna. I feel like he needs to win. He's gonna win. Uh, by a safe and smart game plan, and he's just gonna get a 30-27 decision, maybe 29-28.
Mm.
Yes, sir. What do you think?
Yeah, probably smudge decision as well.
Okay.
Just to get back in that win column after that bad loss to. It wasn't a bad loss, but like losing in that fashion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. Well,
So
moving on.
smudge decision.
Yes, sir. Yoel Alvarez, his second fight at welterweight, going up against Yaroslav Amosov. Bro, this should be another banger.
Yeah, I mean both of these guys are good. Well, give me a second.
Amosov is coming off a win over Neil Magny. It was his first UFC fight. Submitted him back in December. Yeah, dude, both of these fighters are really, really dangerous in their own way. They're both good strikers. Amosov has that submission threat, and this should be a banger of a fight. What do you think, Shrimp?
Yeah. Oh man, I can't even say his name. Yaroslav.
Amosov.
He's really good. Yeah, yeah. So I watched him fight Neil Magny, like you said. He looked really impressive and just like went in there and bullied him. When Neil Magny, as much as people clown him and say stuff about him, he's a tough matchup. I mean, a couple years back he beat Mike Mallet, and look at him now. Um, so like him a lot. So yeah, Amislav is really good. Alvarez is really good, but I think I'm gonna go with Amislav on this one, to be
Yeah, this is
honest.
gonna be a tricky matchup,
Uh,
low key.
yeah, it's gonna be a sick fight. Both of these guys have good striking and good grappling, so it's gonna be like I feel like it's gonna be a pretty technical fight, but it's just gonna go to Amislav. He really good fighter. He was a Bellator champion before, and the only issue with his career was he had to take some time away from the sport to go fight in the war that had happened, you know.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah,
The thing that
I
worries
think he's
me,
still got it.
yeah, the thing that worries me about Yoel Alvarez is his win against Vicente Luque. Um, I don't know why, but he couldn't get the finish in that fight either. There were certain times where he almost had it, but nope, Vicente Luque just had it in him to keep going. So low key, if he couldn't finish Vicente Luque, I don't think he's gonna be able to finish Amazov. I kind of rate Amazov. I think Amazov could destroy, not destroy, but I think Amazov can beat Vicente Luque.
Yeah, I'd have to disagree.
Really?
He would destroy Vicente Luque.
Oh,
He would not be able to
oh,
destroy him.
damn, damn, oh, damn. Okay, yeah,
To be fair, in that fight, I forgot who was reffing it, but there was lots of times where it could have been stopped. But regardless, um, that's neither here nor there.
yeah,
Amislav is gonna win this fight. That's what I believe.
yeah,
Probably via, I'm gonna say second round submission.
dude. I'm gonna go against the tide here. I think Joel Alvarez is gonna win.
You know what fight we're gonna agree on?
Mm.
No contest. This next fight, Atiba Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Come on,
Oz,
ba.
Ozzy Diaz, bro, another OG of the channel and another friend of the channel as well. Shout out to Ozzy Diaz, Jordan Santos, the first people that we broke, one of the first people that we broke down in this channel. Shout out to
It was
them.
the first person
It was
I
the first
believe.
people. Yeah, it was the first people. The
The
first
first
fight that we
fight.
broke down. So yeah, friends of the channel, OGs of the channel. Shout out to them. But again, no,
No favors.
no
No
favoritism,
favoritism.
no favoritism whatsoever. Atiba Gutier by whatever he wants.
I will say though, uh, Atiba Gautier and in his last fight against Pulev, he kind of disappointed to be honest. He's showed a lot of like weaknesses in his game. Hopefully that like he's watched the film back and been like, oh, this is what I can improve on, this and that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it also was because Pulev was so awkward since how lanky and he was. So that was probably just a one-off.
Dude,
But
and Pulev was
let
hella tough in
yeah.
that fight, dude. He withstood so many nasty strikes from Atiba, bro.
Yeah, so it's easy to say like, oh, he looked bad, but there's so many things that went into that fight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's gonna happen again with Ozzy Diaz. I think he's gonna go out there and chin him in the first round.
Yeah, and fun fact: this was booked for UFC 320, but got rescheduled for this
For
Saturday.
this card.
Yeah, but Atiba Gutier by whatever he wants, KO first round.
Yeah, we know how to break this one down.
Sick. Moving on to the main card of the night. What the heck? Bobby Green is fighting. Jeremy Stevens is fighting too. What is this, bro? Dude, we were just talking about unks, bro. This is another unk off. Dude, Bobby
Yeah,
Green.
we have Jeremy Stevens coming back to in MMA. Did he have another fight before this? I feel like I might be forgetting, but I feel like it's been a while since he had a fight.
No, we've broken down Jeremy Stevens before.
Ah, man, I'm drawing a blank. Uh, that being said,
Yeah,
people forget,
He
man.
fought Mason Jones back in actually a year ago, almost
Okay.
exactly. Um, and it went to decision. Mason Jones beat him, but Mason Jones was really good.
Yeah. So, um, Jeremy Stevens, people forget he's the hardest hitting 145 pound. When he hits people, they don't move. All right. So people forget.
People forget, man.
Um, Bobby Green, very chinny. You know what? I'm gonna go against the odds here. I'm gonna go Jeremy Stevens. He's gonna pull this out the fire. He's gonna do some crazy stuff, man.
Bobby Green. I don't know what to say about Bobby Green, man.
We're not calling him whatever he wants to be called, by the way.
Yeah, I did
You
when I
know.
first started watching because I didn't know, but I'm not calling him that either.
Yeah. So I think I'm gonna go against Bobby Green. I'm gonna go Jeremy Stevens. He's gonna land a bomb overhand and he's gonna crash a lot of people's parlays. Is what I feel like is gonna happen.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm torn on who to pick low key because Bobby Green has been on a crazy run. Fraud
He got
checking
that momentum.
people. Yeah, he's got that momentum, man. But yeah, I think Jeremy Stevens is gonna pull something out. His bare knuckle experience is gonna knock out King Green. Just fuck, man. I
Hardest
just
hitting
did it.
145er.
I just did it. I just fucking did it. I folded. Bobby
Hardest hitting
Green.
145er.
Bobby Green. Whatever. Jeremy Stevens, knockout.
Jerry Stevens by knockout. Hell yeah.
Sick, dude. For the next five, we got Sean Brady and Joaquin Buckley. I really hope Joaquin Buckley worked on his ground game
Especially
since
for
his
someone
last
like Sean
fight,
Brady, who's a great grappler.
especially against Sean Brady, because we saw what happened to Joaquin Buckley in his last fight against Usman. Dude, Joaquin Buckley was riding such a good momentum run with winning, getting some really nice wins, to losing to Usman in a low key kind of pathetic way, and now he has to come back against Sean Brady, who is a grappling and a wrestling expert. I really hope Joaquin Bucky did his training, but I like both of these guys a lot, and Loki, I have no idea who to pick. What you got?
Sean Brady, great grappler. We saw him get slammed by Michael Morales. Buckley had a very frustrating performance against Usman. We broke that down. I was really high on Buckley. I still am. I think it's just the fact that championship difference between the there's a higher skill ceiling right there with the champion and someone who's barely breaking is at the top like five. Um, Buckley's a he. I still I still think he has really good sprawls. It was just the fact that it was Usman, and he's just so not to beat a dead horse, but he's so crafty. You know, it's like he knows all the tricks and all the everything. You know, and now that Usman was in Buckley's corner, iron sharpens iron once again. Brady's good, but if he can, you know, he has nothing striking wise that would threaten Buckley. This is a battle of Hulk versus the Thing.
Yeah,
That's what this reminds me of.
that's a really good comparison. Look, yeah, that is a
So
really good comparison. What the heck?
yeah, yeah. So I'm still high on Buckley. I believe this is gonna be his bounce back fight. He's been waiting for a fight for a while, and he's been training his grappling a lot more, and he's just I'm not sure how old he is now, but I remember him being pretty young. So yeah, I think he's got it. You know, those Philly cheesesteaks for Sean Brady are not gonna help him.
Okay, fair enough. I think I got Hawking Buckley as well. This should be his comeback fight, but this should also be Sean Brady's comeback fight. But dude, Sean Brady risked a lot in his last fight, as we talked about when we broke down that fight as well. Um, and Loki, he does deserve a comeback. But I'm also still very, very high on Hawking Buckley.
He threw away the title. He honestly threw away a title shot taking that fight against Michael Morales, but Michael Morales is just a different demon. He's a freak. So uh, Sean Brady's a good fighter, but I believe Buckley will get it done via decision.
Yeah, Sean Brady's a little bit too much of a one-dimensional fighter.
So yeah, Buckley via decision.
Sick. Moving on to the featured fight of the main card. We got Alexander Volkov versus Waldo Cortez Acosta.
This is gonna be the real salsa dance right here. This is honestly a pretty hard fight to pick because Waldo Cortez Acosta is on such a good streak of the people he's beat, and he's only lost to I believe it was Pavlovich and I forgot who else. Um, and then Volkov was honestly should have fought for the title if he didn't get robbed by Cyril Gahn.
Yeah, I'm still pissed
That's
about that.
neither here nor there.
I
But
hate
hey, he
Sirgan.
got it back against Almeida. I'm glad he robbed Almeida.
Yeah, me too.
Can't win a
I'm
fight by
yeah.
just laying on him. Um, but this should be a good fight. I think, man, the more I think about it, the more it makes it harder to pick because you have someone that's so tall in Volkov and that's gonna like pose problems with Acosta. But Acosta is just, I'm gonna go with Acosta, dude.
Dude, this is gonna be a like a 90% striking battle. There's not gonna be nothing on the ground. There's probably gonna be a lot of
Maybe some
clinching.
clinching.
Yep,
Yeah.
there's definitely gonna be a lot of clinching. Um, from Alexander Volkov is my opinion. He's gonna be if this fight doesn't end fast, Volkov's gonna find a way to clinch Waldo Cortez Acosta against the cage, knees, uh, just kind of holding him down. And if Waldo Cortez Acosta can get past that, reverse the position, be able to get out of there, uh, I think Waldo Cortez Acosta has a shot to knock out Volkov and get the win.
But who are you picking?
I don't know, man. Who you said Waldo Cortez Acosta, right?
Yeah,
Fuck it, man. Let's get
I'll
on
go
that
with
salsa
Acosta.
train, bro. I got Waldo Cortez Acosta as well.
It's funny because today he just came out with some merch of the I know black.
Really?
Yeah,
That's funny, dude. But yeah,
but yeah, Acosta.
Waldo Cortez Acosta. If he can get past if he can get past Volkov's range and his height, uh, and getting held on the cage, I think Cortez Acosta has a really good shot of winning here, and he's the underdog, which is a little bit crazy, but
Not surprising,
yeah, it is
to be
surprising.
honest. No, it's not surprising what I said because this is there's more things that Acosta has to do to win than Volkov has to do.
Okay, yeah, That's true.
But yeah,
I still got
I'm
Wilder
gonna
Cortez
stick
Acosta.
Acosta. Yeah,
Sick
decision,
decision.
decision. Volkov's
Bet
got to get shit on him.
bet. All right. Moving on to the co-main event of the evening, and the fight for the flyweight title, and Joshua Van's first title defense against Tatsuro Tairo. You start this off. You start this off.
Listen, man. How do you not do Josh Van? The one thing I will say is the recency. I don't know if you call it recency bias, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because for Joshua Van to be discredited as he as much as he is, like he's an underdog, you know, it's not a crazy amount, but I remember people when the fight was first announced, they were discrediting him a lot. Yeah, he won the belt in a way where people aren't too, you know, like it's he won by injury, but that's not his fault. You know, he caught the kick and through Pantoja, so I guess that's an injury caused by him.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Tyra had a bit of a weird win against Moreno. That was that the same card? If I remember
It
correctly,
might
that was the
have.
same
It
card.
might have been the same card.
Yeah, but Tyra lost to Brandon Royval, who Joshua Van put a beating on for those 3 rounds and probably a fight of the year contender. Um, and I don't think Tyra is all that as much as people are making him out to be.
Dude,
He's just had
I
some
I
favorable matchups.
agree so much with you. I don't think Tyra is as good as people make him seem to be. He no, don't get me wrong. He is good. He's crazy. He's dude. He's 18-1, and he's been winning in the UFC, and he's been beating people left and right. Apart from that, loss to Royval that you
Royval.
mentioned. Um, but Joshua Van, man, we all know how good his takedown defense is. We didn't get to see him showcase it against Pantoja because we know what happened in that fight. But Joshua Van, in his previous fights, really good takedown defense. We saw it against the other Japanese fighter that we also broke down back in
What
the
was his name? Ray Saruya.
Ray Saruya. Yep, he defended like 20 takedowns, I think. And I'm not
Yeah,
saying I'm not trying to compare Ray Saruya to Tatsuro Taira because Tatsuro Taira is on a whole nother level. But it still shows how good of a takedown defense Joshua Van has. Um, and his striking is impeccable. We saw it against Brandon Royval that he can piece people up. And if Tatsuro Taira is not able to get a takedown fast,
he's gonna be in for a long
he's
night.
gonna be in for a long night. What Tatsuro
All those
Taira,
strikes he's gonna have to endure.
and he needs, and if Tatsuro Taira wants to win, he's gonna need to take down Joshua Van as fast as he can in 5 rounds. And if Joshua Van defends those takedowns for the first couple minutes and gets some good strikes in and takes advantage of some damage if he gets it, it's gonna be a really good win for Joshua Van.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And then people will stop calling him a paper champ because, not his fault that he changed his life by winning the belt off of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Also, you called Joshua Van from you picked
Yeah, I
against
called
him.
him last night in the,
No. You called him being you called it being a really good fighter. You said this guy was gonna go
yeah.
far, even though you picked against him against Race Rio. I'm never gonna forget
I
about that.
swear I picked him against him like every single fight.
Yeah, but you would still talk really good about him.
Yeah.
But Joshua Van, man, look at him,
I'm
so
just, I'm still
inspirational.
very high on him. It's not even his fault for that. Best base for MMA is getting knocked out by Charles Johnson.
Yeah, and then I'm not gonna lie, I am a little biased against Tatsuro Taira because he beat one of my favorite fighters, in a really weird way, like you mentioned. But
Yeah.
I don't think, like I said, I rate Tatsuro Taira a lot, but I rate Joshua Van a lot more
Higher.
higher.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
So
yeah, I'm gonna say Joshua Van probably fourth round TKO or honestly decision.
yeah, honestly, that's probably the best bet. I'm not gonna lie. Either the later round TKO after he defends a lot of those takedowns incoming from Tatsuro Taira, or just a pretty convincingly decision win.
Mm.
Sick.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the main event of the night and another first title defense in Khamzat Chimaev against Sean Strickland. This is gonna be Sean Strickland. What, third time at the belt? Fourth time? Third time?
Uh, well, he won it. I guess yeah, it's his third time.
Third time. Sick. This
Fourth
is
title fight, third time fighting for it.
right off the bat. Right off the bat, Shrimp, who do you think's gonna win? Before we break it down.
See, that's the thing about it. My brain says Chimaev.
Okay. The same thing with me.
But people forget, I hate to say it, people forget that this guy put on one of the greatest upsets against Adesanya.
Dude, what are you munching on?
Media tacos.
Hell yeah.
But
Dude.
this guy had one of the best upsets of like in middleweight history
Mm-hmm.
and won the belt after putting a 5 round ass whooping on Adesanya on short notice. Right?
Mm-hmm.
People really forget because of all the shit he's done outside the cage, and you know, because he's Sean Strickland, that he puts belt to ass on people. I picked Hernandez to beat him, and boy was I wrong.
Dude, here's the thing with Sean Strickland for me. From dude, last time that I picked him to win a championship, it was so embarrassing to watch.
Was it the
Against
second fight?
It was the second fight against
Yeah.
DDP. That was such a terrible dude. He looked so bad in that fight. I'm like, how did this guy ever become a champion? But then, I doubted him, and he came back against another one of my favorite fighters in Fluffy Hernandez. Dude, if he has that same performance that he did against Fluffy Hernandez, he is not a minus. He is not a plus 400 underdog in this fight. This should be a lot closer than what the odds have it at. But dude, Khamzat Chimaev, he's just like we said with Michael Morales. He's just a whole nother beast.
Yeah. Obviously his last fight wasn't entertaining, if we're being honest. It
Yeah.
was the 5 round smush. But that also, he won. Uh, there was not any submission threat. Sean Strickland is a great defensive grappler.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he's always been more of like, well, yeah, he's a great defensive fighter just in general, not just in grappling, but in striking as well.
Yeah.
Uh, but Chimaev, you always say, oh, these guys are good grapplers, whatever, right? Until they actually have to face him, and
Yeah.
But I'm gonna, man, I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna go with Sean Strickland. Over the course of 5 rounds, he's gonna be able to do his little teeps to the body, and those are gonna pay a lot of dividends. I know Hamzat Chimaev just went 5 rounds with Drakus,
Mm-hmm.
but that was with minimal striking and barely any what's the word? Um, pushback, I guess is the word
Okay.
I should be saying. So he didn't have much resistance, and he was able to do anything he wanted.
He really didn't
Uh,
have anything coming back at him, huh?
yeah.
Oh, dude, this hurts. This hurts me to say because Sean Strickland just beat my favorite fighter. So to make that loss worth it, I should be going for Sean Strickland, and I want him to win. And if he wins, I'm gonna be ridiculously happy. But I think Khamzat Chimaev is just gonna be too much for him. He's gonna be able to do what Fluffy couldn't, if that makes sense.
Hmm. I'm gonna nerd it up and still say everything, every stat. It's just gonna be Sean Strickland. He's gonna. Another thing that we need to take into account.
Oh, what is that?
Hamza Chimaev is susceptible to getting rage baited, right? So
Mm.
um,
He has a
they're
short.
gonna
He
have a
does have a
whole
short
press
temper.
conference together. Yeah, they're gonna have a whole press conference. He's gonna get in his head. If it doesn't get canceled, because if it does get canceled, is that really a surprise?
That's true.
Um, so
This is
yeah,
gonna, dude. This is gonna be a crazy ass fight week, by the way.
yeah. If they run it, they better keep them away from each other if they want the fight to
Yeah.
continue. Because I could imagine something of them running into each other at the fighter. Dude, this guy fought Dricus at with in front of Gilbert Burns' kids.
Yeah.
So
Imagine
he,
with Sean
you know,
Strickland.
with Hamza Chimaev.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. With Khamzat Chimaev. But well, both this whole fight was gonna be crazy, and they better be careful with what happens. If not, we're gonna get a main event with Joshua Vance, Arturo Tyra, and the co-main
Which isn't a
Volkov,
bad main event, but come
which
on.
is not a mad. Yeah, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I said, it hurts, pains me to say, but Khamzat Chimaev was gonna win. But I really do want Sean Strickland to win. But for my official prediction, Khamzat Chimaev is gonna be successful at defending his title.
I'm gonna go Hamza. Sorry, I'm gonna go Strickland beating Hamza.
And do you think it's gonna be by decision? Because I do. I think this fight is gonna go to decision.
Yeah, I don't. Chimaev is pretty durable. We haven't really seen him hurt much, except that Gilbert Burns fight. But then again, that was when he was like early on in his career, and that was at
Mm-hmm.
welterweight when he was cutting weight.
Mm-hmm.
He's massive, right? So,
Dude, yeah,
um,
we're gonna see that when they face off at the ceremonial weigh-ins, and when they
yeah,
face him off at a press conference, if they have a pre-fight press conference, like we
if
mentioned,
if man,
get everybody, get everybody.
here's the fucking thing, guys.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
But yeah, Strickland probably by decision. If there's a TKO, man, no, yeah, I'm a stick to decision. Crafty upset for the second time to win the belt.
Yeah, sure. I don't see a TKO or a KO in any
Yeah, I have to take
universe.
that back.
Yeah. Doctor Strange can look through a bajillion outcomes and none of them are going to have a TKO.
I feel like in most of them, it's gonna be a decision.
A decision or a disqualification for something stupid.
Dude, I could totally see them like having to pause the fight because but like when they get faced off in the cage, they'll do something stupid like Makayev and Manel Kape were trying to do.
Mm.
Or who was it most recently? Oh, JDM and Protez. They were about to start fighting
Oh, yeah,
during the
yeah,
face-off.
dude. Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah.
Or when we went to Seattle, remember? The two dudes were about to start fighting
Oh,
after the fight.
after the bell?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The Vanderford, Austin Vanderford,
Yeah,
and
Austin
then I forgot the
Vanderford.
other guy's name.
I don't know the other guy's name either.
Yeah. But sick fights. Hopefully we don't have any fight cancellations. Knock on wood. And let's hope everything goes right this weekend. These fighters are healthy. They have great cuts, and they don't have to deal with any of that, like injuries or just get some good fights and have people enjoy their weekends. Make sure everyone's safe, gets to their families.
Yes, sir. With that, we sign off and we'll see you guys for a potential post fight breakdown. So make sure to come back and check out the channel. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
Yeah.